Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Please use long comments to explain coin information clearly, so we can understand it better and respond appropriately based on your comments. Top 1. Today, we're traveling to the Northeast through the lens of American coinage, to discover a quarter that many overlook, but you definitely shouldn't. We're talking about the 1999 United States Connecticut quarter dollar. At first glance, it may seem like just another state quarter, but there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. If you've got one of these in your pocket or coin jar, it might be worth far more than just 25 cents. Let's dive into the story behind it. The Connecticut State Quarter was released in 1999 as part of the wildly popular 50 State Quarters program. This program began in '99 and honored each U.S. state with a unique design on the reverse of the quarter. Connecticut was the fifth state honored, and it brought with it a design that has become iconic in the coin world. What's featured on the back? A stunning depiction of the charter oak, a legendary tree that stood in Hartford, Connecticut. According to colonial lore, in 1687, Connecticut patriots hid their royal charter in the hollow of this tree to prevent it from being seized by the British governor. This image symbolizes freedom, resistance, and the roots of American independence. Now, these quarters were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, No mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. The Philadelphia and Denver versions were made for circulation, while the San Francisco quarters were special proof coins, often struck in higher detail for collectors. Some were even made with 90% silver, which already gives them a little extra value based on metal content alone, but what really gets collectors excited are the errors and unique variations found in certain 1999 Connecticut quarters. While the design is elegant, not every coin came out of the mint perfectly. Some of the most interesting minting errors include off-center strikes, where the entire design is misaligned, double dies, where parts of the text or image appear doubled due to a misstrike, and clipped planchets, where the coin is missing a curved chunk from its edge. There are also coins with die cracks, which create raised lines or bumps across the surface, sometimes looking like roots growing out from the charter oak itself. These imperfections are rare, and they can increase a coin's value dramatically. Collectors love these types of errors because no two are exactly alike. Another thing to look for is condition. A 1999 Connecticut quarter that has been in circulation for decades will show signs of wear. But if you find one that is sharp, shiny, and shows every line of bark and every branch on the oak tree, you might have a mint state coin on your hands. Grades like MS65, MS66, or higher are highly desirable and worth considerably more. Even more rare are the silver-proof versions made in San Francisco. These were never intended to be spent and were sold in special sets. If kept in perfect condition, without fingerprints, scratches, or tarnish, they are some of the most valuable Connecticut quarters you can find. So what are we really talking about when it comes to value? A standard circulated Connecticut quarter is usually only worth 25 cents. But a pristine, uncirculated version can fetch between $10 and $75, depending on its grade. Error coins, especially those with dramatic mint mistakes, can sell for $200 to $400. And high-grade silver proofs from San Francisco? Those have sold at auction for as much as $1,300. That's right, $1,300 for a state quarter you might already have sitting in your collection. So before you spend it or stash it away, take a moment to check that 1999 Connecticut quarter. Look for sharp detail, unusual errors, or that all-important S mint mark. You never know, what looks like just another coin could be a rare and valuable piece of history. Top 2, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and potentially valuable coins in your pocket: change, the 2007 Washington quarter dollar. Now at first glance, it looks like any other modern quarter. But don't let its everyday appearance fool you. Some versions of this coin are hiding incredible secrets that make collectors go wild. Stay with me, because if you have one of these coins, you might just be holding a small treasure. Let's start with the basics. In 2007, the United States Mint released quarters featuring the familiar image of George Washington on the obverse, his face has been on the quarter since 1932. But what makes the 2007 edition so special? This year marked the continuation of the state quarters program. That means the reverse of each quarter features a unique design representing one of 5 states honored in 2007: Montana, Washington, Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah. Each of these designs has its own charm, but what really matters to collectors are the mint marks, conditions, and the rare errors that can send the value of these coins skyrocketing. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. Some 2007 quarters were struck with dramatic minting errors. These are the coins that make collectors' hearts race. Picture this: a coin that was struck off-center, double-struck, or even missing the clad layer. These errors are not only rare but highly sought after. Let's talk about one of the most famous errors, the missing clad layer error. This happens when the nickel coating isn't applied to the coin, revealing a copper core. A 2007 quarter with this error can be instantly recognized by its reddish color and lighter weight. These coins are quite rare and command impressive prices. Another collector favorite is the double die error, where parts of the design, like the letters or date, appear slightly doubled. If you're lucky enough to spot this under magnification, you might be holding a coin that's worth far more than just 25 cents. And then there's the off-center strike, a mistake that occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting. These errors can vary in how dramatic they are, but the more off-center, the more valuable the coin usually becomes. Now let's talk mint marks. The 2007 quarters were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins with a P or D mint mark were made for circulation, but the S mint mark coins were proof coins, struck with extra care and detail for collectors. Proof coins, especially if they are still in pristine condition, can be worth significantly more. And if you have a silver-proof version of the 2007 quarter with the S mint mark, that's where things get even more interesting. Collectors are also paying attention to condition. Coins that are in near-perfect shape, especially those graded MS67 or higher, are rare and valuable. Even a small bump in grade can mean a big jump in price. So let's get to the part everyone's waiting for. How much are these coins actually worth? A regular 2007 quarter pulled from pocket change is worth just 25 cents. But if you've got a rare error or a high-grade coin, the story changes completely. A missing clad layer error from 2007 has sold for over $125 at auction. A double die example in top condition fetched nearly $200. And a high-grade silver-proof version with the S mint mark has reached prices as high as $150, and get this, some MS68 graded examples of 2007 state quarters, especially low-population coins, have reached over $400 in major coin auctions. So check your change, coin lovers. The 2007 Washington quarter dollar may look ordinary, but hidden among the millions are coins that could be worth a small fortune. Top 3, we're diving into a piece of American history that you might have right in your pocket, the 2001 New York State Quarter. This coin isn't just a simple 25-cent piece, it's a story of America's past, a collector's dream, and maybe even a surprising source of value. So listen carefully, because this coin has some secrets that every collector should know. The 2001 New York Quarter was released as part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program captured the heart of the nation by honoring each state with a unique design on the reverse side of the quarter. New York's design is especially memorable. It features the legendary Statue of Liberty in the foreground, with the outline of the state and the soaring skyline of New York City in the background. It perfectly symbolizes freedom, hope, and the bustling spirit of the Empire State. The obverse side of the coin features the classic profile of George Washington, a familiar sight to anyone who's ever held a quarter. The coin was minted in 2 locations, Philadelphia, which doesn't have a mint mark, and Denver, marked with a D. Both mints produced millions of these coins, making them generally easy to find. But don't let that fool you, there are some rare and valuable versions hiding in plain sight. Collectors should be especially on the lookout for minting errors and unique varieties. One of the most fascinating errors associated with this coin is the double die obverse, where the details on George Washington's face, the letters, or numbers appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These double die coins are highly prized because each error is distinct and relatively rare. Another key error is the off-center strike, which occurs when the coin is not perfectly aligned in the press, resulting in part of the design being cut off. This error varies in severity and rarity, but even a small off-center strike can add significant value. Clipped planchets are another notable variety. This happens when the coin's blank metal piece is improperly cut, leaving a missing curved portion on the edge of the coin. These clips can sometimes be quite large, and coins with such errors often draw the attention of collectors eager for unusual specimens. Aside from errors, condition matters immensely. Most 2001 New York quarters you'll find in circulation show signs of wear, scratches, dulling, and sometimes even corrosion. But if you discover one in uncirculated condition, with sharp details and a brilliant finish, it immediately becomes much more valuable. Mint state coins graded MS65 or above are highly sought after. Proof coins were also produced in San Francisco, bearing an S mint mark. These proof versions feature a mirror-like finish and crisp detail and are especially prized when kept in pristine condition, graded PR69 or PR70.1. Last point for serious collectors: silver proofs. The 2001 New York quarter was also struck in 90% silver for collectors who purchased special proof sets. These silver proofs hold intrinsic value from the metal content and carry a premium because they were never intended for circulation. Now, here comes the exciting part: the value. A regular circulated 2001 New York quarter usually isn't worth more than its face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins can range from $5 to $30 depending on their grade. Coins exhibiting mint errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, can fetch anywhere from $50 to $200 on the collector's market. And those highly coveted proof coins, especially silver proofs in top condition, have been known to sell at auction for as much as $600. Yes, you heard that right, $600 for a single 2001 New York quarter proof. Top 4, we're diving into one of the lesser-known but fascinating quarters from the United States Mint, the 2015 Kistachi quarter. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful quarter series, and it tells a story deeply connected to nature, heritage, and of course, coin collecting excitement. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about your change, listen up, because this coin has some secrets that you absolutely need to hear. Released in 2015, the Kistachi quarter honors the Kisatchie National Forest, located in Louisiana. This forest is the only national forest in the state and is known for its unique blend of landscapes, from rolling hills to pine forests and rare wildlife habitats. The coin's design perfectly captures the essence of Kisatchie with a striking image of a soaring red-cockaded woodpecker perched on a pine branch. This bird is not just any bird, it's an endangered species and a symbol of conservation efforts in the region. Surrounding the bird are pine needles and the inscription, Kisatchie National Forest, proudly showcasing this natural treasure. On the coin's obverse, as always, is the timeless portrait of George Washington, a constant reminder of American history and continuity. But it's the reverse that truly tells the story and makes this quarter so special to collectors and nature lovers alike. Now, while millions of these coins were minted for circulation, what many people don't realize is that not all Kisatchie quarters are created equal. Several factors make certain examples rarer and more valuable, and today, we're going to explore those. First, let's talk about mint marks. The Kisatchie quarter was produced at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The Philadelphia and Denver coins were intended for everyday use, while the San Francisco coins were struck as special proofs, usually sold in collector sets. Condition plays a huge role in value, as usual. Most coins found in circulation will show wear, dullness, and minor scratches from everyday use. But if you discover one that looks sharp, shiny, and practically untouched, what collectors call mint state, you could have something special. One of the most thrilling things for collectors, however, are the minting errors associated with this coin. For the Kisatchie quarter, some collectors have spotted several notable errors that push value up considerably. These include double die errors where parts of the bird, lettering, or even George Washington's profile appear doubled due to misaligned dies during striking. These double dies are rare and often command strong interest from collectors. Another exciting error to watch for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't perfectly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. Some off-center strikes on Kissachi quarters can be quite dramatic, making them one-of-a-kind collector's pieces. Additionally, some coins show die cracks, tiny raised lines or cracks that run through the design, giving a unique, cracked appearance. These are also rare and sought after. Now, for the real collector's dream, the silver-proof versions. The 2015 Kissachi quarter was issued in 90% silver-proof sets by the San Francisco Mint. These coins are mirror-like and flawless, created especially for collectors. If kept in perfect condition, these silver proofs can be worth a premium both because of their precious metal content and their limited availability. So, what about the actual value? How much could your 2015 Kissachi quarter be worth? A typical circulated Kissachi quarter generally holds its face value of 25 cents. But uncirculated coins, especially those graded mint state 63 or higher, can be valued anywhere from $3 to $20 depending on quality. Coins showing mint errors like double dies or off-center strikes can reach prices between $50 and $150 or even higher for particularly rare examples, and those stunning silver proofs. When preserved in pristine condition, they have been known to sell at auction for as much as $200 or more, especially if graded PR 69 or PR 70. That's right, your Kissachi quarter might be worth significantly more than you think, especially if it's an error coin or a proof. Top 5, and last coin, we're shining a spotlight on a fascinating piece from the United States Mint, the 2009 Virgin Islands quarter dollar. This coin isn't just any ordinary quarter, it's a beautiful tribute to a unique part of America's heritage and a gem for collectors around the world. Whether you're new to collecting or a seasoned numismatist, stick around, because the story and details behind this coin are sure to catch your interest. The 2009 Virgin Islands quarter is part of the famous America the Beautiful Quarter series, but it actually comes from a special program that honors the U.S. territories and the District of Columbia. These quarters celebrate the culture, history, and landscapes of places like Puerto Rico, Guam, and, of course, the U.S. Virgin Islands. The Virgin Islands coin showcases stunning imagery that perfectly captures the spirit of this tropical paradise. On the reverse side, the coin features the iconic three majestic islands that make up the Virgin Islands: St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix. Overlaid on the map is a proud depiction of a palm tree and a sailboat, symbolizing the natural beauty and rich maritime history of the territory. The inscription reads, "United States Virgin Islands," and the design really transports you to those crystal-clear waters and sunny shores. On the obverse, as expected, is the familiar portrait of George Washington, the timeless symbol of American coinage. Now, let's get into why this coin is more than just a souvenir. Millions of Virgin Islands quarters were minted, and while many were used in everyday transactions, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is becoming harder and harder. For collectors, condition is everything. A coin that still shines bright with crisp details can be worth much more than its face value. What really makes the 2009 Virgin Islands quarter exciting are the minting errors that occasionally pop up. Errors can make a common coin extremely rare and valuable. One well-known error to watch for is the double die error, where you might notice doubling in the lettering or design elements on the coin's reverse or obverse. These errors are caused by a misalignment during the minting process and are highly sought after by collectors because they're like tiny, accidental works of art. Another error that adds value is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not perfectly aligned in the press, resulting in part of the design missing or shifted to one side. Off-center coins are popular among collectors because no two are exactly alike, and the severity of the misalignment directly influences the coin's rarity and price. Then there are the clipped planchets, where the blank metal disc was improperly cut, leaving a distinctive missing edge on the coin. These are less common but equally fascinating. Besides errors, there are two main types of 2009 Virgin Islands quarters you want to be aware of: those minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, and those from Denver, marked with a D. Philadelphia quarters are usually more common, but sometimes Denver coins, especially in high grades, can command higher prices. For those interested in special collector editions, the U.S. Mint also released proof coins of the Virgin Islands quarter in 2009, marked with an S. These coins have a mirror-like finish and sharper details, made specifically for collectors. Proof versions tend to be more valuable than regular circulation strikes, especially when preserved in flawless condition. So, what about the value of the 2009 Virgin Islands quarter? Let's get right to it. If you have a circulated Virgin Islands quarter, chances are it's worth just its face value of 25 cents. But if you have an uncirculated coin, especially one graded MS65 or higher, prices typically range from $3 to $15, depending on condition. Coins with notable mint errors like double dies or off-center strikes can see their value rise significantly, often selling between $50 and $200 on the market. And don't forget those proof coins. Well-preserved proof Virgin Islands quarters have been known to fetch prices of up to $150 or more at auction, especially if graded PR69 or PR70. So, whether you stumbled upon one of these coins in your change or have been carefully saving them in your collection, the 2009 Virgin Islands quarter might be worth more than you expect. It's a small piece of American history, nature, and culture that can also be a hidden treasure in your hands. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the fascinating world of the 2009 Virgin Islands quarter. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to uncover more hidden gems, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Happy collecting, and I'll see you in the next video.